There I was, an unknown amount of feet deep underwater, surrounded by people with just one common goal, united for one singular purpose. Did we really make it all this way? Just to suffer once more? Well, my dear viewer, to tell you that story, we gotta go back to the beginning. So there I was one day, chilling on my computer when I heard that Pressure's Worth the Wait Part 1 update had just dropped. Hearing this, I rejoined Pressure, having not played the game in quite a while. And let me tell you, this update was awesome, adding so many new fun mechanics and brought back my passion for the game. And with that renewed passion, I decided there was one old goal of mine with Pressure that I wanted to pursue again, 100%ing the game. To do that, I would need every attainable badge in the game, and one badge stood out amongst the few I'd yet to collect. This badge sucks. This badge sucks is a badge in Roblox Pressure that is pretty simple in concept but extremely hard to obtain in actuality. This badge sucks is acquired by the following: escaping the Hadal Black Site, aka beating the game, with 8 or more people, with no one dying. And so, with my sights on acquiring the badge, I needed an 8-player squad to grind this out with. And as such, I needed an army. A high-powered army. A pressure-loving army. A gun-running army like no tomorrow. But where's a guy like me gonna recruit an army of fanatics to run in and out of a death facility with no guarantee of any actual award? Hold up, what's this? Oh right, I have a Discord server. With my eyes set on a pool of troops to recruit, I sent out the draft, and these folks, knowing what they were fighting for, signed up in droves. The army was here, and it was time for me to rally the troops. It was time for me to give a speech, to lead these maniacs into battle. You guys are the most elite squadron that Urban Shade has. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna get in there, and we're gonna get this badge first try. Nobody die, okay? But before we could do this, we wanted to strategize about what we were going to do here. We didn't want to just submit ourselves to what very well could be an eternity of hellish damnation running in and out of this game, and so we decided to formulate a strategy for the army in order to effectively play these runs. So the strategy we devised is quite simple, with only 3 actual roles in the group. You have yourself 2 blitzers, the main people whose goal it is to open as many doors as humanly possible, clearing out threats in the rooms, calling out hazards, hiding spots, and basically overall being the person who's playing the actual game of Pressure for the group. And then you have the caboose, which is the person whose sole one goal in the game is to control the unstable masses that is the Saltz Discord community. This person ensures each person makes it to the designated hiding spots. Additionally, they are to watch the rear door, and should it close, call it out to the blitzers so that the group can escape Low-P. Mr. Low-P is an entity in Pressure, where if you lag too far behind the people at the front of the group, he will teleport you and you will take damage, and this is incredibly bad because he can kill people and overall basically demoralize and deformat the group into a messy horde. The rest of the group is known as the Ducks. The group that's one goal is to do what they're told and follow the leader. This group is the main grunt force of the army and where the most shenanigans and or death typically occurs. In other words, the 3 active roles are basically on babysitting duty to ensure the Ducks' survival while also surviving the actual game of Pressure. In this strategy, not to toot my own horn, pretty good on paper. But of course, there were some threats in our way. And we were going to meet these threats in the facility. The army was ready, eager to get into the facility, and so we poured into the 8-player sub, unknowing of when we'd get the badge, but certain that one day the sun would rise upon us, and we, ourselves, would become victorious. Guys, let's go.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna win. It should actually be pretty easy to get a no-hit run, considering the only people who are really at risk of dying is me and from stuff other than node monsters is me and Gabe.
True.
Because we're the people opening doors.
Yeah.
And that kind
And
of
if one
stuff.
person dies of nodes, then everybody dies of nodes, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, nodes are just the deadliest monsters in the game.
And the first run actually went notably well, having made it to around door 60 before we encountered our first and arguably largest run killer. Searchlights.
Attention. A false area has been spotted near the entrance of the loader dock. It would appear that a certain parasite is preventing me from closing the external bulkhead. I
No. I know about 90% of you guys are thinking, Searchlights? Really? That's your big run killer? This criticism is understandable, but I can explain. First of all, the Saltz community is not really a competitive pressure playing community. Most of the people in my server are good at one game, TDX. Pressure for a lot of these people was relatively new to them. All of them had played the game before, yes, but some of them hadn't won before, some of them weren't familiar with some of the new updates, and so overall, the server, while they were here for the badge and they were going to grind it out, they did sometimes lack the game sense that experienced pressure players do have. Searchlights is actually the oldest grand encounter in the game, and although it's seen some recent changes, it still operates in a relatively similar fashion. The Searchlights monster itself, Voltus Luminaria, orbits around the lunar dock and looks for players, harpooning them on sight. The Searchlights will miss the first few harpoons, and once it hits, it'll deal a whopping 80 damage. However, this wasn't always the case. When I set out to get this badge, it would kill the player instantly instead of dealing damage, and once a player gets killed by the Searchlights, the body is gone, meaning the defibrillator item are not an escape from the fight. And even though this is no longer the case in modern pressure with the instant killing, I elected to still talk about it as this hammers in how this encounter was our biggest threat. We lost our first run to this encounter, and after losing about 10 more times to Searchlights due to the deaths, we decided to make a new strategy specifically for Searchlights. Instead of having all 8 players running out and doing generators, we actually cut the number in half to 4. Less people are out, meaning less chance of Searchlights finding somebody. While this would slow down the speed of the encounter because less people had to do more generators, it severely increased our survival odds. At least, on paper it did. We'd have to keep trying in some runs to find out. In the second run we did, we actually encountered another issue: the Chase Grand Encounters. The Chase Grand Encounters were added in the Worth the Wait update, and it's the Abomination and the Firewall encounter. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Abomination. I already touched on the Abomination in this video on screen now, so I'm going to keep this brief to specifically our strategy that we used to counter this mid-game threat. We adopted a simple and pretty effective strategy: the dog pile. Going into this run, our general philosophy was to minimize the liability, aka minimize the chances of somebody dying. Our way of applying this philosophy to the Abomination was pretty simple. One person was to pilot the Hydroglide, and every single other person in the run was to piggyback on that one player. That way, the person who's piloting can see the incoming hazards, as multiple people doing the Hydroglide can clog their vision, and additionally, one good person can ensure everybody makes it through without taking damage, ensuring nobody is lost during the section. And this strategy is actually very similar to what we would apply to Abomination's sister encounter, the Firewall.
The lens is activated to encourage contestants to quickly make their way through the course. However, given your current situation, the firewall will be turned off to help alleviate stress. Good luck.
Once again, I did cover Firewall in a previous video, so I will briefly cover the strategy here as well. Going in our philosophy with minimizing losses, we elected to only have one person run the Firewall, as it reduced the risk of the Firewall accelerating extremely fast, which would fry people in the rear, and which of course would cause deaths, which would kill the run. While the player who would run the firewall ran the firewall, the rest of the group had the most important task of all time: playing Punch a Baby in Public 4. Whew, what a game. In actuality, the biggest issue we experienced with the firewall was actually glitches, as on one occasion, I was being the runner and I got stuck in the roof after a jump, causing the run just to get bricked because we couldn't move. Overall, these two grand encounters boiled down to the same general process, one person doing the encounter while everyone else basically just sat down. So after having formulated our strategy for the large encounters, our group began dying to smaller, one-off entity encounters, and in order to better catalog what threats we needed to be mindful of, we actually created a list of a few entities that are a little bit more problematic than others. These entities brought our group's morale down so much. These entities would kill runs before we could even say pressure. These are the problem entities. Where else to start but Chainsmoker? A variant of Pressure's base Angler entity, Chainsmoker is a rather unassuming, but as we would learn, extremely lethal Angler variant. And this is due to one core mechanic: Chainsmoker's unique killing method. Upon making contact with the player, Chainsmoker teleports the player to inside of the Paranoia's box, where the player will die after about 30 seconds. While this is visually appealing to the player and ties in with Pressure's lore, it creates a big issue: unrecoverable bodies. Typically when a player dies to a node monster like Angler, the run isn't quite over, as the defibrillator item can be used to bring them back to life. However, the bodies taken by Chainsmoker cannot be reached and therefore cannot be revived. It is because of this that Chainsmoker ended up on our high threat entity list. While he is a relatively easy Angler to avoid on account of his slow speed and loud noises, any misses with him would result in an instant run death, and we experienced about 3 to 4 run deaths purely just to Chainsmoker. But if we want to talk about death, we gotta talk about Pressure's most iconic threat: Pandemonium. Pandemonium, pandemonium, pandemonium. Man, do they make things complicated. Pandemonium is notorious in Pressure for 3 things. One being they absolutely destroy new players at the game given their complicated nature. Second, being one of the sole reasons beating Pressure lockerless is so hard. And third, finally, and most importantly, minigames! Pandemonium works pretty similarly to Angler with a few key differences, the most notably being the Pandemonium is basically just a smarter Angler, working with a line-of-sight aggression mechanic rather than just a hitbox rushing a room. This is notable due to how our strategy worked, being primarily lockerless in nature. We needed to scout out lockerless spots that were not only Angler-proof, but also outside of Pandemonium's line of sight. Secondly, Pandemonium forces you to survive a minigame if you enter a locker. These mechanics make Pandemonium quite a threat during runs and earns Pandemonium its spot on our threat roster. As for node monsters, Chainsmoker and Pandemonium are elevated beyond the standard the base Angler sets, having unique properties that gravely threaten our group's survivability. Fortunately, there was one thing keeping our morale up during these trying times: the server. All the people participating in these runs were members of my Discord server, which the link is in the description if you want to join for a new video like this. And as such, we really did bond through this experience. Various inside jokes in the Saltz community spawned from this, the most important thing being one of my moderators, Smacko, became known as Wife, due to us having to leave him behind in a run where we said he was our wife and we were soldiers leaving to go to war. And so this turned Wife into a motivational figure for the group, as in the darkest times of this, we remembered who we were fighting, why we were fighting, to make it back home to Wife. The other Anglers weren't harmless, however, as we found ourselves losing to them too. Most notably, in one run, we lost in the Ridge, the final section of the game, to a Frogger that nobody had detected. I'm gonna get the locker between the...
I mean, here. Zom, here. Zom, here.
Are Fractured and Censored both dead? Fractured... Are y'all both dead? It was safe to say morale was low. We felt like giving up, but there was one last effort within us. One more run, I said, before we'd call it quits and scrap the video. And you are about to witness that run. We had to win this run for every single person who had slaved away for this badge. We had one run left in us, and we were going to try our dang hardest to win. We had to do it for wife. One final effort is all that remained, and we set out for the final run. Roll the clip. Alright, troops, listen, today's our last day. This is the last attempt. Let's go get this badge and do whatever this is. Right. Our submarine landed inside one of the Black Site's heavy loading docks, dock number 99. We quickly collected our items and gathered outside the first door. We opened the door and made our way through the first few rooms. Everyone in the army was on edge. We had been drowning in an ocean of our own corpses and tears.
Are we ready to open some doors?
The somber notes of the song Why Bother taunted us. A fitting name for this challenge. Why should we bother? So much time, effort, and money spent. For what? An award we may never even get? Why bother indeed? What a sick joke from the developers of this game. We would pass the first safe spot on the run after having found one inside of a flooded section. The main army had just arrived at the second safe spot when those lights finally flashed. This isn't a war, but the breaking of seals, the undoing of life itself. Once again, it felt like the game was taunting us, a fitting line for such a run. We had been approaching this as an army in a war, when in reality, we were a group breaking the seal, acquiring the badge. But of course, life was being undone as we threw ourselves at this task.
Oh, no,
We're good.
Oh, never mind. Wait, you are?
The first angler rushed through, and already things went wrong. Due to the international nature of this group, bad connection is just as much of a monster as the anomalies themselves. Mila's ping inhibited her ability to get into a locker, causing her untimely death at the very beginning of the run. We lost 2 defibs then. Mine, by using it on her, and hers to dying. A cruel start to the run, punishing us for our repeated attempts.
My connection is so bad. I don't know why.
If I had to guess, it's probably because I'm pretty sure this group
Skeletron.
spans like half of the continents in the world, so... We cleared out of the water section on door 88. Only 12 doors were down, and already most of our defibs were gone.
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
No,
no.
go back, back,
Underwater.
get back in the water, young man. Yeah, get back in the water. We passed through 2 more doors, through a park room, and then into a room with a safe spot. But just before we could call it out, the light flickered again. Our next foe had arrived. Another angler. Hey, why my bunny look funny?
Yeah.
You're fine, you.
Once again, we were hit with another water section, a cruel biome given it's impossible to hear Pinky within it. This wasn't good. Our RNG was bad and the run was looking grim. Fortunately for us, almost every room in this underwater biome had a safe spot, and the only one that didn't had a flashlight in it. This was pretty good. With a light, the ability for us to blitz the room was greatly sped up. We finally made it out of the second water biome, and the group was moving up to the next safe spot when it appeared.
Right here.
Safe spot. Move up.
Oh yeah, that's a safe spot.
Move up.
Just
Oh, we'll go back!
Pinky.
Pinky!
Go back,
Oh,
go back, go back.
drop your defibrillators if you don't make it.
Your defib. Is everyone alive?
Okay, who died? Who died? Who died? Anybody die?
If you died, say it. I think we're all good.
Miraculously, we lost no one.
And so after this, the army basically just kept hopping from safe spot to safe spot while me and Mila continuously opened doors. Door 70 we reached when the lights finally flickered again. This time, it was an old enemy.
oh, brother.
So good?
I'm fine.
Remember, he comes back third time.
Who is walking?
And unlike in that previous Ridge run, the Frogger was no issue for us. We dealt with Frogger, and the group moved forward. The group progressed, going through enough vent rooms to make any imposter from among us jealous. We had just reached some side rooms when the Angler attacked again.
Crouch
Oh,
and
two
look
lockers.
down behind the desk.
2 lockers.
Look downwards. It's not pandemonium though.
It might be
I'm
changed.
lagging?
This time, however, it took a noticeably long time to attack us. And this could only mean one thing. A grand encounter. Yep.
Or yes!
Okay, let's go. Everybody move up to the
Everyone gets on
minions.
Mila. Everyone piled onto the hydroglide, and we began the tunnels. Chip.
Like I said,
There's so many gliders. Oh god.
Let's just hope nobody gets stuck.
As expected, we triumphed over the abomination encounter with almost zero difficulty, having taken 0 damage, and we were ready to press onward. After the abomination encounter, we found an extremely lucky side room right off the bat.
Chill back.
Oh, side room, side
Side
room, side room, you're good.
Side rooms.
Never mind.
Move up.
Quick.
While we were sitting in the room, the lights flashed, and another angler was incoming. Fortunately, like water, we ebb and flow. We had done so many anglers at this point, we had this one down to a science.
Probably.
Yeah. Like on this plant.
Oh,
Yeah, on this plant is good.
it's just a regular angler. Is everyone in a safe spot?
Yeah. Why do we all die for the wall?
Our next threat of actual interest was a chasm room. As stupid as it sounds, falling to your death is one of this run's greatest challenges, as falling off a cliff into a chasm makes your body unrecoverable and therefore kills the run. And when you're doing a run with 8 people, one little mental mistake in a giant chasm room like this could very well spell our downfall. Be very careful, there's one of those rooms with like the boards
Go
over
slowly.
a chasm.
None of us have a light, so
Go slowly.
I'm gonna get in
This
the middle
way.
and shine my
This
light.
way.
Go-
Unfortunately, my dear viewer, it gets worse. As if the chasm room, the hardest room in pressure, couldn't be there. The extra evil hard room appeared. A puzzle room. With this group, we only had about 2 brain cells between all 8 of us, and so we had to face the full might of this puzzle by ourselves.
Alright.
They can move up, right?
Is that the puzzle?
Yeah, sure.
It's the room.
Move
It's the
up.
puzzle area with the side room.
Puzzle room on the right. Go to the right.
I'm so smart, dude. Fortunately, both of our brain cells were firing at full tilt and we were able to beat the puzzle in, frankly, pretty quick time. The main group hid in the puzzle room while me and Mila would once again blitz forward. And we'd go through a few more hiding spots before finding the next big POI.
What was that? I just saw some creature.
Sebastian.
Oh, Sebastian.
Move up, Sebastian.
But be careful.
Sebastian's shoelace.
Oh, no defib in Sebastian's shop. Sebastian's shop was filled with exceptionally good gear, with the really only thing missing being a defibrillator. A blacklight, medkit, flash beacon, flashlight, and hand crane flashlight were among his wares, which was a complete treasure trove for our group to utilize. We bought everything in the store. It was a total shopping spree. We then distributed these wares amongst the group. But shortly after Sebastian's shop, everyone's favorite run killer would shortly follow. Chainsmoker, don't die to this. You look getting.
Yeah.
Afterwards, however, the group ran into a huge issue. We hadn't found another lockerless spot, as we were in a river biome, and river biomes have very few lockerless spots in them. The door behind Sebastian's shop closed, which means that one more door and Mr. Lopi would teleport the group, so we had to have the group locker hop. Historically, this is a very difficult task for the group to complete. In large groups like this, when communication is absolutely key, it is so easy for the group to lose comms, get distracted, and as such, cause death. It was paramount that the cabooses of the group ensured everyone's survival in this trying time. The group tensed, and it was time for a challenge. As the group began to move, there's a
multi-monster, multi-monster. Get
A16.
through a locker, get through a locker.
Drop your defib.
Locker.
Defibs don't work either way.
Locker.
You can solve.
Are we all
Nobody
good?
died. Nobody died. Nobody died.
Insane. Good job, guys. Not dying to A60.
That's a run killer because it
This is the run. This is the run. Trust me.
We had never accounted for A60 due to the fact that he's not really a real pressure monster in the sense of he's so rare, you don't really ever need to plan for him. And so when we heard him coming, I thought the run was just dead in the water. But by some miracle, every single person dove into a locker at the last second, everyone survived, and we were able to progress forward. Unfortunately, the level of rhythm that we had would not last. As this next monster, we would be caught out of rhythm. You did?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
res
dropped
you.
my Well, I'm dead, but I
Where
dropped my
are you?
defib.
Okay.
Where's
Okay,
your
we still have one
This is
defib.
not
We lost
good.
one defib.
No, we lost 2. After that blitz attack, we lost all of our defibrillators. There was no going back at this point. It was just us and the 50 or so rooms we had left of the run. Let me tell you, the pressure was on. We were very fortunate, however, even though the lack of defibrillators definitely had the pressure starting to build in the back of our brains, we did get a much needed break after these 2 rough encounters. The few next rooms passed calmly, the blitzers moved up, the group followed, and the system was once again back on target. And shortly after, we would encounter our last friendly face of the run. We got a side room, y'all can go ahead and move up.
Alright, move up again. Unless there's a pinky.
Pinky!
Pinky.
He's coming.
Get in the room!
There's side rooms, right?
After the incredibly close run with that pinky that Sensor just completely randomly predicted, Mila ended up getting a grave light from the Sea Bunnies, which is a rare version of the gummy light from the Raveyard expedition, and an unfortunate incident did end up occurring with the Sea Bunnies.
Oh!
All I hear is screaming.
Additionally, we recruited a brand new 9th party member, Bobette, also known as the Blue Imaginary Friend. This dude was just gonna harass me all game, but I'll be dang if he didn't add for some funny moments. So far, the run was going good, and that glimmer of hope was within me once again. Could this be the run? Could we possibly make it? There was only one thing in our way in the main part of the game now. and we were about to face it.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, I don't know, dog. Move up. Oh, okay, yeah.
We decided to go with our tried and true 4-person method. Even though it had only been a few runs since we implemented the 4-person method, it had an extremely successful success rate, and so we decided to implement it. Additionally, we had Censored Musician, one of my moderators, give us callouts on the Searchlights' movement patterns so that way we can adequately coordinate with one another. The tram had arrived, and we began to make our way through the first few doors before entering the main encounter.
Throw sea bunnies at Searchlight.
Rev up those fryers, because I forgot the rest of it.
The second you said rev up those
Copy,
fires,
bro.
the one fucking wrong ass fire.
Move back.
However, almost instantaneously within this run, we began having an issue.
I'm lagging.
Yeah, it's doing It's turning
You know
around
what?
now.
No, I'm not gonna to risk, so...
Yeah.
Turning.
Yeah, Mila, just get to a hiding spot and just stay there.
Too lagging.
That's right, the connection curse was back again. Mila began to have connection issues in the middle of the Searchlights encounter, and so at a last minute, we decided to sub out Mila for Cool Pumpkin K. In addition to the threat of connection, one of our sea bunnies, Fortnite Burger, almost killed someone sitting in the loading dock.
Get back. Stop petting Fortnite Burger! Stop petting Fortnite Burger!
I misclicked. Oh my god. Move back. Fortnite Burger is the end of me, bro.
This happened because as people were sitting in the doorway, Eyes in the Sky began to rapidly approach and someone misclicked the pet button, almost causing them to get spiked. Fortunately, they were just able to evade the monster. So we basically went generator after generator, getting all of the stuff done. A lot of funny moments happened. And it really made me realize that this group of people I was playing Pressure with, so fun to play with.
I know, Bongo. I'm under the conveyor, I guess, yeah.
Look out, he says as he almost walks directly into the light.
They call me Johnny G Generator, dude.
He's factual.
Oh yeah. Oh. Saltz jump scare?
Ooh, you got lucky. It's turning again.
Luck? I don't need luck. I need skibbity toilet funny moment compilations.
Just factual.
Dislike bombing your next video. And
Shit.
good shit.
Nice.
Mila, you with us still?
I'm fine.
And so with that, every mid-game grand encounter was completed, and we only had to make it about 30 more doors before making it to the Ridge, the final area of the game where we had very little experience. Shortly after our encounter with Searchlights, we once again encountered an old enemy of ours. But fortunately, we had the guidance of an icon on our side.
Okay, move up. Watch out.
No, get back.
No.
In the heat of the moment, I remembered a quote that would guide us through this trying encounter. Hold on! It's like Squid Game, guys! It's like Squid Game Season 2, red light, green light. Nobody move!
Nobody move!
I've played these Froggers before! We proceeded to move on after that encounter and found one of our personal favorite rooms, and I'll just roll the clip. Y'all figure out why. Y'all are good, we got bathrooms.
Move up.
Session.
It's
No, I
time to
think,
take a
I
shit, guys.
think-
Imagine we died like the very end.
Shut the f up, Cool. Don't need that negative energy.
Say that again in your band.
What sea bunny skin tastes the best? Obviously the one that's made out of fucking wood.
What?
We proceeded past the beloved bathrooms and instantly ran into the painter, another safe room, and a somewhat friendly face. The guy tries to shoot you to death, but I mean, look at him. How could he possibly ever do anything wrong?
Should we punch the painter, guys? Just
No, we can't get
just
the
for
bathroom
salts.
kill
No.
Just for salts, guys.
I'll do it for you.
I'm just gonna open the door.
I'll headbutt him.
We said our goodbyes to painters and pressed forward. We had just found the heavy containment biome when the lights flashed. What could it be? Angler? Frogger? Chainsmoker? Then it happened. That familiar groaning.
Never mind.
Oh,
Okay.
it's random.
Get down and crouch. Get down and crouch.
Drop your defense.
Yeah, look down. Look down.
Can you look down?
Do not
Look down and
move.
crouch.
And must stay in the corner. Do not move.
Oh.
And with that, pandemonium in the first part of the game was done. A few more doors until our penance would arrive. A few more doors until the ridge. In the meantime, however, we were still stuck in heavy containment, which under normal circumstances, this biome is great as it offers us a ton of side rooms. However, in previous runs, our group would get way too comfortable in this biome, allowing for a sneaky angler in the pocket to pop up and get a kill. Additionally, heavy containment doors have huge open hitboxes, meaning we can easily accidentally open a door, causing something to spawn when the group is moving up. Additionally, this can cause Mr. Lopi, although this really would never realistically happen due to the amount of side rooms inside of heavy containment. We cleared another blitz while inside of heavy containment, and we began to move our way to the end of the game.
Alright, hog the corner. Oh, blitz. Hog the corner.
As if it couldn't get bad after that super close blitz, we got a candle brute room immediately after, and the candle brutes do incredible amounts of damage, so it was incredibly difficult to make sure everyone made it through the room alive.
Try not to get your spine broken.
My spine is actually being snapped.
Yeah, I think we're
got the
breaking our
keycard, Mila, I
spines
got
by
the
just
keycard.
sitting here.
I got it. After retrieving the keycard, all went pretty well. The group made it through, and we began for the last 10 doors of the run. Oh, incoming.
You can proceed to have a safe spot.
And so this was it, the final stretch. And just when we were about to make it to the end, we encountered the last possible pressure character you can encounter in a run. Oh, hey, Navi.
Oh, Navi.
What is it you require?
The group made themselves at home at Navi's room, looting it inside of the ginormous glorified safe zone that is Navi's room, and me and Mila pressed on the last few doors until the ridge.
One.
No more.
Alright,
No, I think
ladies, gentlemen,
We actually did so good.
it's bridging time.
How many
Guys, are we the best connections, guys? Are we the best connections?
You better, y'all better hope your connections keep up.
Should I just, I'm just gonna force teleport. And so we had done it. The first and largest part of the game was done. What lied ahead was gonna be the hardest challenge yet. But deep down, I felt like we could do it. We'd made it further than most, but was this it? Was this our final penance? Our challenge? Our own eternal damnation inside of this game? We were there, and all we needed to do was to reach out and grab it. We grabbed the crystal, the lights flickered, and the alarms began to blare. We opened the initial door, and the ambient music began to play. The title was the part of the game where we throw everything at you. Music loved to taunt us in these runs. That's the one thing I learned overall. Our ridge strategy was quite simple. Open a room, wait out an angler, open another room, wait it out. It was a slow process, but one we knew that could work.
But be quickly.
There's a turret.
Be
Oh, yeah,
Be ready
say
for-
spot. Move up. Go fast.
Move up.
You should go see it.
Fast.
right here.
Zoomies. We have no time to spare, guys.
Door 1 was down. Me and Mila got everyone into a lucky first safe spot. A fantastic start to our ridge run, but we had 12 more doors to go through. 12 more doors of pain and misery. We waited out an angler with the group and moved on to the next. Opening a door.
Okay, I'm proceeding.
Incoming. Blitz.
Blitz,
Blitz.
blitz.
I'm fine.
Room 2. No safe spot and an unlucky attack from Blitz. But we survived. We pushed forward. I'm opening the next door.
Not yet. Incoming, incoming.
Frogger.
Incoming.
Frogger.
The door's still open.
Okay, it's going back.
Okay.
Can we
y'all
move?
y'all need to probably move up and grab lockers. Room 3, stairwell room, and an attack from Frogger. We had lost him before. We weren't gonna do it again. Alright, I'm opening a door.
I'm gonna wait this out. I'm still in the last room, by the way.
Panic.
Oh no.
I'm in the locker minigame.
Oh my god, I forgot this!
Oh,
We're out of the pandy minigame. And with that room, pandemonium was survived. No more pandemoniums for the rest of the run. Cautiously optimistic, but we had to press forward.
Angler.
Know myself.
Angler.
Oh fuck, Mila, you're gonna have to help me out here.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Do we move up?
Room 4 was difficult. A pandemonium at the start, a knifestation in the window, and of course, when I went to get into a locker to avoid angler, a void mass got me. But of course, we survived. We had to keep going.
Incoming, yeah.
Mila, do you have a locker?
Regular.
Angler.
I'm fine.
Where is that?
Hide.
From?
Is that good?
Door 5, just an angler. A lucky break after that last room. The army moved up, everyone found lockers, and we kept moving. Am I good to open another door?
Yes, I think. Yeah, I think so.
One more room, 1 second. Oh, no,
Yeah,
stay
okay.
back here.
Oh, hide.
Incoming!
Go in.
Why are you following me?
I don't know anything.
Door 6, just another angler. Fortunately, angler variants only spawn once in the ridge, and so we had already been through a lot of them. Additionally, we were able to blitz through the next few rooms, being able to get a good amount of progress in. Does anyone have a code breacher? Does any— Oh, side area! Pull up! Go!
Okay,
Come-
but still stand next to the locker still
Yeah,
because
I lockers,
there
but
might be,
come up, pull up, but be near lockers. We'd finally found another side room, a rare treasure trove in the ridge. We could finally pump everybody into one safe spot instead of having to rely on locker hopping, an extremely dangerous method. I began to flash my beacon repeatedly to get a bunch of people into the room. Alright.
I can go.
Go get in there.
I'm at 54.
Where is it?
On the right. You guys should be good just to coast in there, right, Mila? We've made it enough rooms. They won't get low-peed. And with the notation of the side room being secure for the rest of the run, me and Mila had one job: survive the ridge. We could do this. The final lights were just within our grasp. And soon enough, the angler attacked again.
I'm watching the door currently.
These anglers could do nothing against our group's resolve. We were moving through these doors. Like water, we ebbed and flowed. A fitting quote given the circumstances. And soon enough, the last angler would come.
Anger.
If
I'm
we
opening a
have
door.
one room.
We're through, we're through. Everyone just stay, be in a safe space. I will gun it to the door and teleport y'all.
Get to the
Okay.
fucking door and teleport.
Okay, safe boat.
Levers pulled, stand by for teleport. Everyone here?
Yeah.
We had made it to the airlock. We had done what we had never done before. Escaped the ridge. Now, truly all that remained was one final effort. It was time to go beneath the final light. We briefly talked strategy. We were going to be doing a modified version of our previous Searchlight strategy. 4 people would go out do generators, me, Mila, Cool, and Zombloxer. As for everyone else, give callouts like hell.
Heads up. Scanners are picking up multiple Voltus life forms heading towards your location. They think that Lucy's light is from one of their own, and she's pinpointing them to where there's food. Technically not wrong, but be careful. Voltus is about to enter the area. Good luck.
The murky depths of the vast ocean lied in front of us. The tone was set. It's do or die. We weren't going to let this fight be the end of us. Not by any means. The first searchlights went overhead, and there we went.
Incoming.
Back up. We spread out along the long ocean depths, quickly grinding out the generators, but it wouldn't take long for enemy reinforcements to arrive. A second searchlights would quickly enter the area minutes after we began the encounter. Incoming.
Second one is here.
I'm gonna hide in a container because...
That's weird.
Remember, don't let them see you hiding. They will break open your container.
Down and down the generators went, in homage to all the fallen people from previous runs. We had to win this here and now, for them. For the first 2 searchlights, we absolutely flew through the generators, as there were so many around us, but of course, that meant the third one arrived rather quickly.
Third one is
Oh,
here.
hide, take over. Take over.
The tension was palpable, and we were being swarmed by all 3 searchlights at this point.
Mike, I cannot get out of here, bro.
Okay, just play it safe. That's all we need.
Yeah, I am. Jesus Christ, bro. Let me get out. Alright, everybody's going.
With the generators almost done, we decided to plan on what we would do when the generators were completed. I decided I was going to go sit near the breaker switch to activate the breakers, and Zom was going to go hide to protect himself to reduce the chances of us losing. Meanwhile, Cool Pumpkin was going to finish off the gens.
Like near
I'm
the
going to
beginning.
position myself in the area to flick the breaker switch.
I'm just gonna stay hidden. Like, everything is green on my side and I don't think it's worth risking myself.
But then there I was. The searchlight rapidly encroaching on my position. Was this it? Was this all it was for? Did we really make it all this way? Just to suffer once more? Just to die to the final light? Well, my dear viewer.
Okay,
Holy
I have 2
fucking
more.
shit.
What? Hide.
I just
Not
broke
now.
a fucking Voltus's ankles. I had survived an extremely close brush with death. All that remained was just these last few generators, and we would be home free. Okay, I'm waiting at the breaker box.
Okay, I think I can get the last 2. Pretty sure.
Godspeed. And so we sat with all of us in position, waiting for Cool to solve the last generator.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'm going for it.
You're weird.
I got it.
Alright, going into the airlock.
Everybody just stay hidden.
Alright,
Wait
non-generator
for-
people, get ready, you're about to get teleported. Levers flicked, Mila, you're good to go. And so we entered the breaker section. Our strategy here was simple. Everybody stay in a safe spot, meanwhile Milo was gonna run ahead and do the breakers. And that was it.
Last one.
Godspeed.
And
We won!
Stay in the pipe, stay in the pipe, stay in the pipe. Don't get stomped, don't get stomped. And so, with the final searchlight having been stomped by Lucy, all we had to do was make our way to the submarine.
Angels.
Get in that submarine! Get on the school bus, chat! Get on the school bus!
Take like,
We're free!
Yes!
We did it!
First try! First try, bro! And so, with that, we had won. Our last-ditch effort bore fruit. After hours, after days of slaving over this badge, the Saltz server reigned victorious. I awarded a special role in my Discord server to those who raged against the Pressure Black Site. And together, we remember the day that we conquested over Pressure's hardest challenge. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was a long one. It took me forever to get out. But this video really does mean a lot to me as a content creator, mainly just because I made it with you guys. I made it with people who watch my videos. It really does hold a special place in my heart. I really hope you guys like this. I am totally open to doing more stuff with the Discord in the future for videos. And if you want to join that Discord and you want to suggest some possible games for me to do something like this with, go ahead and join it. Link's in the description. It's very cool, very fun. I'm pretty active in there if you want to talk. Additionally, I want to give some credit. Shout out to Tickly Ryzen for making the thumbnail. Shout out to RealZom Plays for doing some of the editing of this video. And then the biggest shout out to my man Jerry Copter, or J-Man. He did the animated bits you saw in this video. Really cool guy to work with. Super fun. We really made the ideas of this video just come off the script with these animations. So big shout out to him. All their links in the description. Go check them out. Send them love. And that's all for this one, you guys. Like the video if you liked the video. Subscribe for more Saltz. Once again, join that Discord. And as always, and most importantly, make stuff you're proud of.